Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can deploy your machine learning model onto your website using the Flask API. So this is the machine learning model which I built on the website. You can see that here these are the features. Based on these features I'm going to submit these features, and the result, which is the machine learning predicted result, will be shown up. So let's get started. First I'm going to select the number of buildings. I want single. Lot size I will say 4000. Number of bedroom, it's going to be 3. Number of bathroom, 2. Anything I want, yes, I can have basement. Air conditioning also. Number of garbage places, let's say it's 3. Now I'm going to submit, and when I submit, so you can see that the price of your dream house is this much. So this is my predicted price house which I get it from my machine learning model. So now let's see how I built this model. As you can see, it's pretty cool. So let's see how I built this. So to build this you need to go to PyCharm. I'm using professional. You can use any you want. Go to file, new project, and when you go to new project you can see there it is the Flask option, and you can create from here. So when you create it, you will get your app.py file created with you when you first create your Flask model. So what I have done is that I have this Flask model. So this is the Flask model which helped me to build this web applications. This is the house price prediction model, which is your machine learning model, and this is the template of my index file, or you can say my website homepage. So let's get started one by one. So first I'm going to show you what my model is. So my model is this. It's importing housing modified.csv. that's the data set I have. You can see that this is the data set, and these are the columns, and these are all the rows. So in the columns, price, which is the dependent variable, and rest of these, which are lot size, bedrooms, bathrooms, stories, driveway, etc., these all are independent variable. So I need to train this independent variable to predict this dependent variable. So I have trained this model in this house price prediction. As you can see that, and this is my model. I categorize the data. That means yes into 1 and no into 0. I put the one hot encoder to get the categorical data. I train the test. I test and train this model using the 2080 split. Then I use the model creation to create the model, which is linear regression model. So basically I have designed a multiple linear regression model to predict that address, or to predict the price of my model. In this I have used the linear regression model. As you can see, this is the regressor which is calling this class, and it's fitting the data, which is xtrain and ytrain from here. Xtrain, ytrain. So this is the k-fold cross validation. It's simply for you to check the accuracy of your model. And last but not the least is the dump model. Dump means you mean pickle library. So I have used this import pickle. So what pickle does is that it divided your model into chunks of data and store them into your local files as bit of memory. So what it means, you need not to train your model again and again to get the same result, or you need not to train again and again to predict a thing when you can train it once and store it into the pickle, and from there pickle file will store this regressor model. This is the regressor model. So pickle file will store this regressor model into its file, and which file is called model.pkl, and this is the file name I have given to this pickle file. You can give any name and within any extension you want. wbit stands for write bits. So it's going to write bits onto your local disk. And next is the load. So when you have trained your data, you have stored it into pickle file, so that you are avoiding to rerun the app for the prediction. You just want to predict it once. You just need to train it once and then store that regressor into the pickle file. You can load it by using this line pickle.load, and here you can open that model which you have pickled which you have dumped before. So here it is read mode only. So when you write, you have to put write mode, and when you need to read, you need to put the read mode. So this is the house price prediction model, and this is the app for which I have created. So what I have done is from Flask, this is by default. I told you when you go to new project, you go to Flask, when you create that, this all is predefined. What I have added is this line. Flask, I rendered templates. Render template stands for what template you want to call as an index, as an HTML file. So when you first run this slash, this is the root, this is slash means your home page. So what your home page look like, that file goes here. I have put it index.html. Second is this slash predict. Slash predicts means when your function, this is your form. So when your form is submitted, then what result is going to predict and where to predict it. So I have given the root here. So when I submit this, I get this result over here. How I did this, I call the function, I created a root in my app.py by slash predict, and I am calling this slash predict from my index.html. As you can see, index.html here, and in the form action, this line, I have given the action, that means where this form value should go, I have given it a root slash predict. So all my values will go into this slash predict, and method is post. So now come back to Flask. So this slash predict method will get triggered after I submit the form, after I submit this form. So what is the predict function doing? It's getting the features. What it is, it's getting the values. Request.form.values, it's getting the values of the form one by one. It's getting the values one by one into the x, and then converting that x into integer type, so that I can store these values into a function, into a variable int features. And this variable I converted into np.array. np I short form is a numpy. So these features are converted into an array, and this array is stored in final. So after I get all these variables, I need to predict. So what I did, I called model.predict, and this model is the pickle file which I have dumped into my local file. So now I can call that regressor which I have used. Let me show you again. So this is the regressor, here it is, which I have dumped into the model.pickle. So this model.pickle will call this regressor, and it will predict the output based on these final values. And what are these final values? These final values are the values of the form which you get submitted. And next is the, after you get prediction, you get the output, and here is in this output, it's showing the format 0, 2. 2 stands for minimum 2 digits. Here it can, you see 0.12. So 12 means 2 decimal places. So up to 2 decimal places you can show your result. And after that prediction and stating that result, you need to return that template. So template here, that means after you predicted where you want to show your result. So I want to show my result in index.html itself. So I pass that index.html, and here is the main thing, pred. So what pred is doing, it's giving me the result of the output is in format output. So this is a string which consists of my output result after predicting this. So where should I pred this? Pred means where should I predict the data. So it's just a variable name I have given it. You have to show that if you are showing it index.html, you need to specify the value for this spread. So in the index.html, you can show anywhere you want. I have just put it right between the paragraphs I created, and it's fun. I passed it between this, and this is the pred. So this is double curly brackets open and close, and between it you have defined pred mode, pred variable. So this pred variable will get triggered after you submit your data, and it will show you result like this. And this is the debug equal to true. I have given it true to show any error if it occurs. It basically means I have a debug mode on. So this is all it's how it's done, and if you have any query you can ask me in the comment. I also created this whole thing in the GitHub repository, so you can access that code from there as well. Thanks for watching.